Hey Retro Gamers, how are you doing? Today I'm going to talk about ninja games that I played when I was a kid in my beloved Spectrum. Ninjas was very popular in the 80s, mainly because of Sho Kozumi movies and the American Ninja movie series with Michael Dudikoff, and also in the cartoons, such as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the G.I. Joe with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. And it was also very popular in video games. Of course, I didn't play all ninja games in the Spectrum, but I'm going to talk about a few that I played and I liked a lot. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you don't miss a thing. Now, let's start with Dragon Ninja. Original title Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja in the arcades. This game is very similar to the well-known Kung Fu Master. The Spectrum port, in my opinion, was very well done. We go left to right until the end of the level, where we fight the boss. Our character have many moves, such as standing punch, standing kick, low punch, low kick, a back kick, a jump kick, and we also can pick a knife that gives the character more damage and reach. The graphics are good. We fight in the top of a train, in the sewers, in the jungle, in the helicopter, amongst others. The enemies are ninjas and female ninjas, and also dogs. The game is not long, we take about 20 minutes to reach the end. And we can only find some difficulty in the last levels, when you must fight all the bosses. In my opinion, it's a very good and fun game. Unfortunately, contrary to the arcade machine, we can't play this game in two-player mode. Shinobi. I love the Shinobi franchise, and still today I don't miss a single game. It all begins with this game in the arcades. The Spectrum arcade port is very good. The graphics, the music, the gameplay, the power-ups, the magic, the bonus level. This port have almost everything from the original. The final boss is a little different from the arcades, but with the limitations of the Spectrum, I think it would be difficult to do better. Saboteur. This game is very different from the other games in this video. Our ninja is in the warehouse, where we must steal a floppy disk and escape from there in the helicopter. The game is not a non-stop action game. This is almost a Metal Gear game. We must attack or avoid enemies. And we can climb ladders, crouch, run or attack. We have a shuriken as a weapon. And we find improvised weapons such as bricks, for example. One thing cool about this game is if we stand still in the safe area, our character life bar is restored. For many, this is one of the best Spectrum games ever made, and in 2018, more than 30 years after the original release, the Spectrum version was ported for the Nintendo Switch. Shadow Dancer. Another great game from the Shinobi franchise. This was the second game in the Shinobi franchise, released in the arcades 2 years after the original release. This was also the final Shinobi released in the arcades. The franchise after this game continues in the Sega Genesis with Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3. About this Shadow Dancer, this is not very different from the first Shinobi. This time, instead of hostage, we must pick bombs. The biggest change is that now we have a friend to help us, and this is the main best friend, a dog. That if we press down and fire, the dog bite and grab an enemy for a few seconds, and the enemy is defenseless during those seconds, which gives us time to attack him. In my opinion, the arcade version of Shadow Dancer is superior to Shinobi, but the Shinobi port was so well done for the Spectrum that in my opinion is a tie between the two, and I strongly recommend it to play either one. Ninja Commando. I think this game has nothing to do with ninjas, except the title, and one of our weapons is a shuriken. It's a shame to say this, but I never finished this game, neither now or when I was a kid. I don't know if the game is hard or if I'm really bad at playing it. It was one of the games that I played the most, and the game is relatively small, but I never been able to finish it. I always like games that combine action with platforms, and that's why I play this game a lot. Our ninja is always running, and when we kill 3 enemies we gain a shuriken, then a bomb, then venom, and finally a laser weapon. The game have 8 levels, and some of them we seem to be in space, and we are always jumping and jumping from a platform to other. I know that this game is not one of the best games in the system, but is one of the more nostalgic to me. Shadow Warrior. Many people doesn't know, but this arcade game was the first game in the Ninja Gaiden franchise. The franchise was very successful in the original NES, and later in the Master System, Game Gear, the original Xbox, the PlayStation 3, and in the Nintendo DS. In my opinion, the game was not one of the best games in the arcades when it was released in 1988. But I have lots of fun playing in my beloved Spectrum. We have in our disposal a triple combo combination, a flying neck throw, and our stronger attack is possible when we kick the enemies while hanging in the bar. A few times in the game we can pick a sword, but only a limited of time, because with our sword our character is almost invincible. The game has 6 stages, all of them with a typical boss fight. Although we have very side-scrolling fighting games in the Spectrum such as Target Renegade for example, I have a lot of fun playing this one. Last Ninja 2. Now, I saved the best for last. Although I didn't like this game the first time I played it, because of the isometric view, after a short period of the adaptation, this was undoubted one of the games that I most love in the Spectrum. I didn't love this game because of the action. Because we must find ropes, keys and many items proceeding the game. And we also have some platform parts, such as for example, jump to a boat to go to the other side of the river. We fight with our bare hands, or we pick up weapons such as nunchakus, a staff, or throw shurikens. The game is not hard when you know what you do and the order that we must go, but it's not easy in the beginning because the enemies don't stay down, and if we go back we must fight them again. And how about you, retro gamers? Did you play any ninja game in the Spectrum? Which one is your favorite? Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.